I'm going to make my own mini makeup kit using makeup I already have and a bunch of little containers so that we can turn all of that into this. So we have a primer, concealer, a setting spray, brand new blush that I'm going to try out. I'm going to try and salvage some powder that I dropped. But first I'm going to give everything a clean. Here we have a mini compact that I'm going to pull apart, make sure all pieces are nicely cleaned. I'm going to be using these little containers with the doe foot applicator for concealer and blush because they're the perfect little size to add to the kit. I'll be using the dropper for my primer. Here we have a tiny little spray bottle for the setting spray to finish off our look. It's really important that you make sure all your containers are perfectly dry before you start adding it in your makeup. I'm starting with the primer because honestly I thought it would be easy, but I still managed to make a mess with this one. So now we're onto the concealer, and it took me a couple of goes to get this one right. I started with a small silicone spatula because it fit into the concealer container. It did not fit into my mini makeup container. So I moved on to a small pipette instead, which was slow going, but it worked a lot better than the spatula. Make sure you add in the little stopper for these doe foot applicators because that's how you make sure you don't get too much of your product when you're pulling out the applicator. So now I got to move on to the one that was actually easy. This is the setting spray. I would recommend using a little funnel just to make it easy on yourself. So this one is the liquid blush, and this is where I made the most mess. But I was actually starting to worry I was going to stain my countertop, but I got there in the end. This process is definitely not mess-free, but well worth it to have little backups in your handbag. The last piece of the puzzle for me was my compact. So I had dropped this one a while ago and I wanted to salvage it. So I started by crushing up what was left in there and moving it over to the little compact and then slowly pressing it in. It was slow going, but got there in the end, and honestly it's exactly what I need for my kit. Here you can see just how much room you're going to save by making a mini version for your handbag versus taking any full-size products with you. It's a little messy, but it's totally worth it. Now I moved on to one of my favourite parts of the process, and that's choosing which bag it's going to go into. Knowing me, I had to have a mini makeup bag to go with my mini makeup. So my first choice was this little clear purse, which is very, very cute. And I do like being able to see everything. But I love the ease of just chucking everything in this gorgeous little zip bag. I'm really stuck between these two. I don't know which one I want to use. Comment below if you have a favourite because I need some help choosing.